Hey everyone! Zanatakura here. Having a boogie again, because you know it. And why are we having a boogie? It's trial day. We always have a boogie on trial day, apparently. Let's just get to the game, shall we? We are here for the trial of not just Angie, but Tenko as well. We had a fantastic double murder in the previous episode. I was very happy. And we're gonna go and see if we can figure out if it's one person that killed them both, or if it is two separate killers. But in that case, we are looking for Angie's killer. But first, before I start, I need to go through my skills and see if there's any updates. So I'll quickly go through that, and then we'll get straight into the trial. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I think we're good now. We've acquired a couple more abilities. Whether they help or hinder us, we'll find out. So let's just quickly double check what was in the handbook. Just briefly. So Angie's death was 2 AM. She had a stab wound to the torso. Oh no, I thought hers was to the neck. Okay. Lacerations on her forehead. Her time of death was 11 AM and she was stabbed in the back of the neck. Forehead injury. She had duct tape to her hair for some reason. Grimoire Vice, not Vice, Grimoire Noir. I don't know why I said Vice. Vice does not look like that. He is also not evil and he would not be used for evil means. As long as you don't call him a book, you're fine. Yeah, I don't think we ever understood why the effigies were upside down, but they were upside down. The katana was taken from Kyo's library shrine thing. Samugi says the only people Angie would have opened the doors to were herself, Gonta, Kibo, Himiko, or Tenko. The back door had a sliding lock that was locked, but the lock moves at the slightest touch. And there was gold on the handle, which would be from the person who ever held the katana. The front door was locked. The only way we opened it was because Kokichi lockpicked it. He can lockpick. That's the whole... Jesus, the whole thing for the caged child thing, but that's fine. Apparently we need to know that Kibu's eyes light up now, so he's basically a walking torch. Now this is the one that was a bit confusing. There was dried blood on the floorboard under the one that Tenko was killed on that was loose before the seance. I don't know why we have the marker stone, but that's there too. Yeah, the circle. I suppose these are just for ones where it's just like, you could see the magic circle. No, you couldn't. We ran all over it. The white sheet had blood on it. The dog statue weighs 175 pounds, so 4 people had to pick it up. There was a loud sound when it was completely dark. There was a hole in the floor at the back of the room. Iron cage required 2 people to move it and also had a blood splatter on it. And then we found the sickle under the floorboards. Oh, and they'd also cut out the crosspiece section. Dry blood on the floor. Kokichi pretending to be a triple murder. Little shit. Right, okay, cool. I've refreshed my brain. That's fine. Let's just get into it. Let's go. Let's go. Start. We are ready for a 4-hour trial. Captain?
Ahem. Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial.
We have to do this again? Oh, hang on a minute. I'm just trying to remember how to auto it. Oh. Do I auto it? Oh, God. Ah, there we go.
Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person...
Why do I have to press a button when it can do it
I'll
itself?
punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy. Also, Refusing to vote will result in your death. So you better vote for someone. Now, smiles, everyone! It's showtime! Let's get this crazy awesome trial underway!
Sorry, everyone. I don't think I'm gonna be much help this time. Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman!
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
Hmm.
Who did it?
Yeah, she's gonna want to know.
Who killed Angie and Tenko?
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be two killers.
So, our other culprit might not be one of us here.
Hmm? What do you mean?
The transfer student.
Oh, God.
Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
Say something, Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going on.
Is it even possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit? No! Well, in the interest of being thorough, I should clear things up here. Here we go. Right, let's just see what they say first, because there's a few
This crime
things.
was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates!
No! So, ritual did work?
Who was resurrected, I wonder?
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back. Yes. Rantaro was resurrected. The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Please, stop it!
Shuichi, say something. This isn't about believing in reviving the dead. I have to focus on their statements. Yes, so who did it? It was who did it and who did they... No, did it work? And who did they bring back to life is the question. So let me just have a look at my bullets.
This crime was committed by the recently
Forehead
deceased.
injury, effigies hanging upside down,
They came back to
Necronomicon.
life and killed 2 of our classmates!
No! So, ritual did work?
Who was resurrected?
I need to remember how to slow... That's how I slow down. I just needed to
Angie
remember how
did
to slow
say
down.
she was gonna bring Rantaro back. Yes. Rantaro was resurrected. The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Please, stop it!
I think it might be to do with the book, because let me think about this. It says the only way you can tell is you get a tap on your shoulder, right? Surely it'd be to do with the book, I would have thought. The effigies were hanging upside down, though.
This crime was committed by the recently deceased. They came back.
Let me quickly check these, quickly. Proximity to the... Dead lacerations. What was the other one? Necronomicon. Prepare the effigy of the... Whatever you wish. Burn the Necronomicon to ashes. It's the Necronomicon. I knew it had to be something to do with the book. The book shouldn't have been there if it worked. So it didn't. It didn't even go off. I'm feeling so smart right now.
Life and killed 2 of our classmates!
No! So,
Oh, how do I... Oh, Y. I have to shoot with Y.
Who was resurrected?
No!
I wonder.
That was too slow.
Angie did say she was gonna bring
God
Rantaro
damn it.
back.
Okay, I know which one it is. It's fine.
Yes. Rantaro was resurrected.
That's the only problem when
The
you...
culprit is the late Rantaro
when you don't do these that often.
Stop it!
I always forget the buttons, always. Right, let's get back to it. We know which one we need to
This crime was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
No! So... That's wrong!
There we go. We got there eventually. I wanted to get a precise shot, but never mind.
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded.
Nope.
According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
So the fact that it was still there means it didn't work. I'm full of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times.
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
No, he's not.
Oh, I guess you're right.
God damn it, Samugi.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
Of course not.
Now hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand.
What?
Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life.
Uh-huh.
But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy, as long as you use the Necronomicon.
God.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
But it's true. I never lie about motives.
Daddy said so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
Monodum is still alive, though.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodum's corpse.
Poor Monodum.
Oh? So resurrecting the dead was actually possible this whole time?
There's no way it's possible!
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us. Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Who did it? Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this.
Oh, God.
I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
What? Why?
Don't play dumb with me, Creepshow. I already know what happened.
Come on, then. What happened?
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie.
Uh-huh.
And it was found in Kyo's research lab.
Uh-huh.
Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in.
No,
and
that's
murdered
not the one.
Fuck out of Angie.
That's not the one. Kokichi had to lockpick.
Genius!
Kokichi had to lockpick. Is Q really the culprit? Does that story fit the facts of this case? You should think about it from the beginning.
The culprit used a katana to kill.
Right, let me see. Is it going to be easier to do the door? Or do I do... Hang on a minute. Don't feel like it's that one. It's either the front door... I think it might be the front door one. Or are they going to argue about the back door? Because I mean, technically, the front door, you could only get in from the inside. So let's try it.
Angie. And it was found in Kiyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kiyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kiyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom.
Oh, okay. Whether Kiyo had the key or not, Angie still wouldn't have let him into her lab. And from there he could have... No, because she only let the people in that... What? That doesn't make any sense either, Miu.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie.
Oh, Samugi's account. Maybe we have to use her account of the story, that's why.
And it was found in Kiyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kiyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kiyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom.
That's wrong. I thought it was because of the fact he would have had to have broken the lock, but I didn't see Samugi's account was on there either.
No, Kiyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab. Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie locked herself up in her research lab, she said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
And Kiyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Kiyo couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
Oh, how clever.
Oh, Gonta.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Tsumugi, and Himiko.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie.
That doesn't necessarily mean she didn't do
I
it.
trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Oh, God, Cookie.
Yeah, of course.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
Everything's on the table.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, and Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
You mean one of those 2 people? Because a robot ain't people, Jack!
I will let that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
What else? The culprit should confess already. Gonta, Keyboy, or Tsumugi?
Keyboy.
Well...
No, not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez.
Okay, here we go.
I'm not the culprit.
Not the culprit.
Triple arguments incoming. Let's start with 1 each.
You must consider...
Gentlemen!
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, not betray student council!
Okay.
And do you have an alibi for last night?
Gonta in room talking to bug friends.
Okay.
Much better than being out too late at night.
Okay.
Ask bug friends if Kiyo doubt Gonta.
I can't.
Robophobic remark!
Dude! Piss off! I was listening! There were several suspicious statements, but one is obviously inconsistent. I'll listen carefully, sort the statements in my head and find the answers. Well, I need to listen to the next one.
Other possibilities. Surely there must be a suspect who
But not betray student council!
That's utterly impossible. Not just anyone could open that door. Only student council members had access. I didn't know robots told such boring lies.
Is that a robophobic remark?
So they're the only two that are shouted. Okay. Sorry. Sort out my chair. I need to be comfy if I'm in a trial. Okay, let's listen to me use. It's gonna probably be the Gontas or... well, I say that. Those ones are shouty ones, aren't they? Like, you can't help but hear those ones.
You must consider other possibilities.
Come on, Smoothie.
Well then,
But not betray student council!
Shush.
I thought Tenko did it.
A dead chick can't be the culprit!
Why? It's not that far-fetched.
Look, I don't know who the culprit is. But it's definitely not me.
Robophobic remark!
Right, it's either of the two boys. Either of the two boys. Okay, we need to listen to their statements again.
Possibilities.
Ignore her. She has
Surely
nothing
there must be
interesting to
suspect
say.
But not betray student council!
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
That's utterly impossible. Not just anyone could open that door. Only student council members had access. I didn't know robots told such boring lies.
Is that a robophobic remark?
Okay, so his was Phoebo's was only student council members had access, and the other one was Gonta's where it says won't go out at night. Okay. So what? Wait, hang on a minute. What we got?
Must consider other possibilities.
Backdoor lockpicking.
Surely there must be a suspect who
But not betray student council!
That's utterly impossible. Not just anyone could open that door. Only student council members had access.
Okay, but those ones go against that, so that's correct. Backdoor. What was it? Kokichi's lockpicking was another one? Backdoor.
I didn't know robots told
Necronomicon.
such boring lies.
Is that a robophobic remark?
Maybe we need to counter Kokichi with his own skill? Because
Must
he
consider
could get
other
in.
possibilities.
Let's try it.
Surely
got
there
much
must
to
be a
lose.
suspect who
But not betray student council!
Oh, shush, shush,
That's
Gonta.
utterly impossible. Not just anyone could open that door. Only student council members.
I heard it!
Here we go. And I got a critical hit too, baby.
No, it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
Yes, Kokichi.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Yep. Some thin deals and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. Thought you were helping us, bud, but we can throw you under the bus with this too. Open sesame.
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it. I killed Angie.
Don't believe that. Don't know.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
Come on.
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie.
Come on, guys.
The culprit was me, all along.
Don't believe that for a second.
What?
Without proof.
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
Yes. Yes, it is.
No joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins.
Oh, get out of here, Kokichi. You have no atonement.
I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
Jesus Christ, guys. Come on.
No, he's lying. I think. Maybe?
He's lying. Oh my
He's
god.
lying. I'm certain of
I'm
it.
certain of it. Come on. At least me and Suichi are on the same praise.
Definitely not a lie. I killed Angie. Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, shut him down.
What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
What different method? Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was...
The back door.
That's it! The back door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
The culprit used a certain tool.
The tool that the culprit used to lock the sliding lock from the outside was... Oh god, how do I do this one again? Hello, Monokuma. The sickle? Seriously? Ow. Wait, the katana? The katana? Why? How did they do it with the katana?
I see it.
The sickle makes sense, but the katana?
The gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's
Oh, because
effigy.
of the gold stuff on their
The
handle.
culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock because...
I thought it came off on the fingers, but it was actually from the
Because
katana.
when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
That's my bad, I forgot that.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
Huh? Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with the katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigies hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
No, Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
To hide the fact that they were using it to lock them up, surely. Culprits somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of the setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locks the room should be clear. Taxi time! Here we go. What turns the handle of the sliding lock? The katana hilt. This minigame is so weird. I'm going too fast. I'm going too fast. I'm going too fast! What was done to make the katana turn the lock? Okay, what are the options? Katana was stabbed into the effigy. What I'm thinking is they twisted the effigy on the rope, and then as it spun back around, it locked the door when they left the room. That's what I think, but the game will tell me in a minute. How was the effigy manipulated to make the katana affect the lock? It was turned! Come on, please be right. Please be right. I'm hoping that my brain is right with what I'm thinking already. Spinning it. Spinning it. Yes! Yay, I'm so smart.
That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
I'm so smart.
Effigy spun?
Yeah. Twisty, twisty. Spinny, spinny. That's
right.
what I was thinking
If you spun
too.
the effigy, the
I'm
rope
so
it was
smart.
hanging from would twist.
I'm so smart.
Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way. And of course, the katana would spin with it.
I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place? The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope, and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
Yes, that's how Angie's lab was locked. By using the effigy with a katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us. Oh, but could it have moved the slide lock so easily?
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
Which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime, as to avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Are you saying it's the student council's fault?
I didn't say that.
In any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick. It had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up so we'd think it was some kind of ceremony. That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
Unless you're me and Suichi. Yeah.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed. I don't want to completely ignore that possibility. But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
Come on, of course he did.
Cough it up, Kokichi!
Oh, man. You guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out. If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me? And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh. Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
You and your fucking lies! Go sit in the corner and play with yourself!
Okay, I'll start right now.
Oh my god.
Alright, so who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
Mew, I can't hold it up anymore.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
That's funny.
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter since anyone could have done it. Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Cum dumpster! Finally! Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
What should we talk about now?
Yeah, please change the subject
We
immediately.
must focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab. Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry. Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council. Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
It's fine. It's just a waste of time.
Me? A suspect? I never kill Angie!
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider! Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
God.
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
We might catch them with their pants down!
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers. What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list? Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Huh?
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but... Can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What do you mean?
The two victims could have been killed by two separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. We gotta figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless. Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not meaningless!
Himiko?
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you! Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her? Himiko...
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive.
He knows how to whine people and push their buttons,
But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Sometimes that does help, though. Really
Kokichi, enough!
No. It's okay. It's no surprise he'd think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now. I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive. But now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously! It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito! Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless. The name of the curse is... Death Curse! I suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Listen up! All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run! I won't forgive something so messed up!
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too!
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Kaito.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
Yeah, maybe.
They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. That was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Tancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Tancrotch!
People who attended the seance. That includes us, by the way. Yeah, it's us, right? Hio, Suichi, Himiko, Kokichi. Yeah, it's all us. It's all of us.
That's it!
I was having to read the other couple of lines again. I think
It
that's
was me, Hio, Himiko, and Kokichi.
Yeah.
So those 4 are the culprits!
I'm always a culprit.
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Himiko is always
Well,
a
that's
culprit.
probably just a coinkydink.
Coinkydink.
The most suspicious out of the 4 is really Hio. He suggested the whole seance idea.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes? If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either.
Stretchy, stretchy.
I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this. Oh, okay, I forgot about that. Very well, I shall begin the preparations of one.
Oh, right.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance.
Mm-hmm.
The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
Must be referring to... Did we tell him about the hole in the floor?
There!
Yeah, he's referring to the hole in the floor.
You're talking about under the floor, right?
Under the floorboards.
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person could move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me.
Okay, come on.
Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
Okay, calm down, Todd. What's wrong?
The culprit sneaked in during the seance
Uh-huh.
by crawling under the floor.
Uh-huh.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean, Kiba's flashlight function.
What?
Huh? Now, hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
Oh, come on. You would have seen
Said,
that.
hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
What?
Hold on a second.
It's true that with a little light, you could move around under the floor. Is that possible?
The culprit sneaked in during the seance.
Can I please have a look at the loose
by crawling
floorboards?
under the floor.
This flashlight function. Hole in the
But it
corner.
was pitch black during the seance.
Why is he showing the caged child? And what was the other options? Loose floorboard.
How could
This
they
one
even
was
see if they were under the
Hole in,
floor?
hole in the corner. Right, because the candle. Sorry, I'm just thinking of all the options that it came up with. Because the candle option came up blue, which means we could agree with it. But surely we don't need to agree with the statement, right? We would have totally. I think the idea of the hole in the corner is we would have totally seen if there was light, right?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain...
Had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function. Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor.
Oh, okay. Sure, it's crumbed under the floor, but there's enough room for one person to move around, especially if they had Kibo's flashlight.
Oh no! The culprit sneaked in during...
So it's not how I'm... Oh god, it's not how I'm thinking it is then.
You see, the villain had a light.
Am I gonna have to do the one where I have to, reverse it? I know one of those comes up. Are you trying to deny my entire theory? Well,
oh no!
But the idea is you're saying that there's no... that he could have gone under the floorboards using his freaking spotlight eyes and be like, yeah, sure, I can see what's happening. How bright was it in the room when he did that? That's an argument that we can discuss, right? Like, come on. There's a hole in the floorboards. If someone used a spotlight under the floorboards and there was a hole and it was pitch black in the room above, you would see that immediately. Immediately. So I don't understand why that can't be an answer. Unless I need to use this against it? Maybe, okay, maybe my brain is actually thinking right about this. That because his eyes are like spotlights, it wouldn't work. So do I need, maybe I need to reverse it instead of using it as a truth bullet.
Crawling under the floor.
How do I do that again?
But it was pitch
Do I have to,
black
I think I have to
during the
hold it, right?
How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark.
Oh,
under
there's
the
my
floor.
I was like, where's my thing gone?
You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function. Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the...
Under the... Ah, yeah, under the floor. Under the floor. Like, no, you would have seen that.
You gave Kibo his flashlight function, correct?
And she would know that, right? Come on. Maybe?
Did you not notice?
Yeah, did you not notice him do that?
I didn't notice what?
It's hard to believe that Kibo is the culprit in this case. It's even harder to believe that this trial isn't being manipulated by someone. So even if I had to lie, I need to defend Kibo.
The drawback of the flashlight function that you added. It's so bright, even Kibo can't see when it's turned on.
Oh, that's where he's going with
see.
that.
That bright, huh? Wait, what? There's no way a genius like me would make that kind of rookie mistake!
But you make mistakes a lot. A whole lot.
Gonda.
Hey! If you're gonna fuck me in front of everyone, at least buy me dinner first!
If he can't see, it doesn't matter how bright the area is. He couldn't move like that.
To be honest, he didn't move from the spot in the room.
Kibo couldn't have been underneath the floor.
I was thinking because, like, it's too bright, you wouldn't have seen it.
Kibo? Is what Shuichi said true?
Come on. Come on, Kibo, please play along. Yes, Kibo. Kibo!
Well, I'm so sorry. I just don't remember. Really, I'm sorry.
Ah, we get it already! Just turn it off! We're gonna go blind!
You don't remember? What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Well, Shuichi, trying to make a fool out of me, huh? Let me put on some makeup, cause I want to at least look pretty before you decide to fuck me!
That's...
Shuichi, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god! Please stop.
Damn, that is seriously bright.
Wouldn't the light have shined through the gaps of the floorboard if it had been this bright?
Yes! 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 That's what I've been trying to say!
The culprit couldn't have used a light under the floor. Not even Kibo.
My god.
Oh, they couldn't have?
We were there after all. We would know. There was a hole near the corner of the room we were in. Remember?
Remember? We mentioned it a minute ago.
If someone had a light under the floor, it would have leaked through.
Thank you, Maki.
But when we did the seance, I'm pretty sure the room was pitch black.
That's right. We didn't see anything, so the culprit couldn't have used a light.
And just because I have a built-in flashlight function does not mean I am the culprit.
I see. That was a flaw in my theory.
Get out of here, Kyo.
Geez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
All right, you made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch-black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under TENKO lined up funny? Going to think that was so culprit could stab TENKO from under floor.
Which is what I think too, Gonta. Aren't you a smart boy?
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Bless
Don't
him.
say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked TENKO with glowing paint and looked for that.
No.
That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Is that what the dried blood was for from before?
Yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under TENKO, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit!
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly TENKO was killed.
During the
When?
creepy dance
So
singing
not
we were
during
doing?
seance?
TENKO was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
Under the floorboards.
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
No.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
Mustn't speak. When you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. You say, okay, understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over.
Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
She was dead.
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
Mm-hmm.
But she was inside cage, right? going to think it impossible to kill her then.
Impossible.
And she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
A different time?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
Why don't you just be quiet then, Miyu? Huh? How about you don't say anything?
Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your limp dick brains!
She's just so vulgar. Okay.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
Come on.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was lifted?
No, sweetie.
Like that.
When cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh, God.
Oh, my!
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
Oh my God, no!
There's no doubt!
Why is she... I'm not even gonna question that. Tenko not being killed during the seance? That might not be impossible, but there's no evidence for it.
When Tenko got killed,
Iron cage.
it wasn't during the
White
seance.
sheet, dog statue.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time.
Which is correct.
She was dead when the cage was lifted.
Yeah.
What about moment cage was lifted?
No.
That's wrong!
Because the sheet was still there. You had to lift the sheet first.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted.
Auto myself again. She had the sheet.
Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it.
Yeah, she'd already been hit at that point.
That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted.
Uh-huh.
If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
Uh-huh.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
God.
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
Why?
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
God.
Tenko died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage!
Why?
They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of the cage. And that clean white sheet got stained blood red!
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko, sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit.
Hang on a minute.
None other than Kyo.
Hang on a minute. The loose... Yeah, but that doesn't make sense about the loose floorboard either. There has to be a hole in Miyu's logic somewhere. All we have to do is show the evidence that will counter it. Which is the loose floorboards, right? She's just assuming she got...
all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage,
No.
it'd be long enough to reach Tenko, sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
He was probably sitting down normally while she was in the cage. If you got...
Oh no!
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
Oh, I need to hit the what's it first, right?
Oh
Is that where I'm going wrong?
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit. And that's none other than Kyo!
Okay, I have
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
Not that one then. I don't... Oh my god, where am I going wrong here?
Damn it!
Where am I going wrong here? Let me... Because that's the only point, right? Sitting there in the... Wait, sitting... Hang on, wait. Sitting there in the cage. That's what she says, right?
If you stick the blade through a
She
gap
wasn't...
in the cage,
She wasn't sitting.
long enough to reach
She wasn't
Tenko.
sitting. She was like...
Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
She wasn't sitting.
Cut through your
That's
words.
it. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I've just seen when I was sitting the mouse. Like, she wasn't sitting. She wasn't
Wait just a
sitting.
minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage.
No. She was turtle shaped.
She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
Because you're an idiot.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no worries.
Gonta.
How embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
No, she was killed during the seance.
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Oh, under the floorboards,
Not
guys.
during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
No, she was killed from underneath the floor during
Yeah,
the seance.
for a living person.
Oh, for goodness sakes, man.
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
Oh, get out of here.
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
That's not funny, bro.
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
They're not impossible.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done
wait,
that!
I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
Oh my god, no!
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
They weren't
No.
in the...
If there was someone else in the cage, we
We
would
would
have
have
noticed.
noticed.
Kaito, the culprit could have been inside the cage.
Yeah, under the floorboards. You do? No. If they came under the
Nonsense.
floorboards...
There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
The they she's referring to? Huh? What? Huh? What? Who could have killed Tenko from inside the cage? Huh? 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 Wait, what? No, I don't know. No, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Time out. Time out. Who could have killed Tenko from inside the cage? I don't know. Himiko? I don't know. I don't know. You mean Himiko? Why are you suspecting me? I would never kill Tenko.
No.
Well, I don't know. I generally don't know where she thinks this is going. Inside the cage. What's she talking about? What you talking about, Marky Roll? What you talking about, Marky Roll? I don't know what you mean. Wait. Wrong. They could have killed... Who could have killed Tenko inside the cage at any time? I don't get you. You really... Yeah, I don't know what you mean. No. Why are you doing this to me? I don't know what you mean. Okay, hang on a minute. Give me the question again. Who could have killed Tenko from inside the cage? Well, no one's gonna fit. No one else would have fit. Do I need to say she killed herself? Why would she kill herself? What? What? Come on.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What?
What did you say?
Yeah, I agree.
Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
She committed suicide.
What? Why?
Suicide?
How?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage, and then stabbed herself during the seance.
Still makes no sense, I'm sorry. That's why I didn't get the question.
How dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
How did she stab it in the back of her neck,
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
I agree with Himiko.
There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
I mean, if she has and there's evidence for it, then...
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
When did you brainwash Himiko? Yeah, I mean, that's legit.
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
That face, though.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. He told me.
Yeah, keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Yeah, I don't think she killed herself. It's an
What if all
interesting
of that
ploy
was
to
just a
keep
lie?
the story going, but...
Why?
Wait! We should believe Tenko's last words!
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Whether or not I believe. My heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
I don't really believe it either.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
But I can see why she would say
If you
that.
insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
Proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Okay, apparently we've got one. Just let me just get it out of the bag. 1 second.
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
Can you do that, Maggie roll? I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. I'll see you guys after the seance. He said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that, and if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. We gotta believe. I'll make them all believe. What we got?
So
Okay.
far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance. She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching on to the easiest answer. To get out of this, I need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't
So far,
work.
suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Okay, hang on a minute. Caged, hang on a tick. I need to look at my bullets, okay? This is important if I need to get this right. Tenko died in a crouched position. The injury on the back of her neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill her immediately.
To take a step.
Hole in the corner. Why is hole in the corner back again? Monokuma file. When did she die? Yeah. Okay.
So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance. She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Do we need to do that one?
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
We don't really have anything that could work as a no, that's wrong response. So do we need to lie again?
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Right, which one would work as a lie? So we've got the caged child. I mean, that's just, way too much information for us to make out to be a lie. What was the other ones? Tenko's last moment. Tenko died in the crouched position. The injury of the back and neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill her immediately. So if we reversed that, the reverse of that would be what? She died, what, like, straight away? What were the other options? Hole in the corner. You can't really lie about that, though. There wasn't a hole in the corner. We've used it too many times for it to not... to be used like that. Monokuma file. I mean, you can't lie about the time because everybody knows that stabbed and resulting in death. That doesn't give us enough information, so maybe we have to use...
Plan was to take us down with her. So
lie
she
about
hid her
that?
true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance. She could have secretly brought the
Right, it
sickle
doesn't work with that one.
and then stabbed herself with it.
There was one about her with the last of us.
Finally, with the
We can use it to lie here. We can use it to lie here. Okay. That's fine
Tenko
then.
couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor. Because she died instantly.
Ooh. Gotta love lying during a trial. Gotta love lying during a trial. She knows that's not true. Her death might have not been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. She knows that's a lie, because she told me!
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
Is she gonna counter us, though?
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Maki? Trust us.
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail.
Oh, she's... Love you.
Tenko died instantly.
Mwah!
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly.
She's a legend.
I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
What a queen.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Yeah, shut up, Kokichi. Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
No, don't.
Excuse me?
No, let's not drag it out, please. Don't.
It's okay, Kaito, really.
Yeah, please
no
don't.
apology necessary.
No apology necessary.
Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No! There must have been a way! We're gonna figure it out!
She was still killed from under the
Did any of the
floorboards.
participants witness anything peculiar during the
We
seance?
did! Noises!
If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
I was hoping we'd get to bring that up. Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. We need to bring up the fact that while we were singing, that noise happened. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. That noise. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. And we're sitting on it. I'm incubating it right now. Has it got it?
Did anything seem out of the
Sounds
ordinary
during the seance. Yes!
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. Utterly strange.
That's
Now
an
that I
agreed
think
one,
about
right?
it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
No, that's true. That's true. That's right. What?
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in there.
Why did it
I
not
mean,
count?
It was totally pitch black.
It didn't count.
My job was to relight the candles.
No, that's
Moving
right.
along the walls was serious.
Maybe I didn't hit it right. Pitch black during the seance. The limits of what could happen. To stay confident.
Did anything
Yeah.
seem out of the ordinary
Yeah, it
during the
did.
seance?
It did.
There is
We just.
something that
I
bothers
just
me.
didn't click on it. It's over here
But
somewhere.
the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
It's over here
Now that
somewhere.
I think about it,
Say it again. Say it again.
while we were all singing the song, I heard something.
Oh no! I missed it. No! I missed it
I'm
again.
more concerned about how dark it got
Damn
in
it.
there.
While we were all singing the song, I heard something.
There we go.
I agree.
I let go of the slow down button as I released the bullet, so I think that's what did it.
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
I agree. I was trying to agree for the past 2 rounds. Bonk.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. What could have fallen down?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Am I wrong?
Nope.
I thought something fell, but
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
A loud sound like something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound has something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark. The loose... I still think it's the loose floorboard. Where's the loose floorboard? This one. I think it's to do with this one.
This is it!
Yeah, it got moved. I think it's actually the sound of it being
I
lifted
think
and
the
dropped.
floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
could the floorboard have made such a loud sound though?
Yep.
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That is true. There would have had to have been a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be? I think is what that's supposed to say.
All right then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
Okay, what options do I have? cross
what made the
piece under the
floorboard come
floor.
loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
No.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
No.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
Okay, what would have made a strong enough impact to knock the floorboard loose? If I think about everyone's testimony and combine it with the facts.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
I think it's to do with the cross
Participated in the
piece.
seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
Moving a floorboard in total darkness seems somewhat impossible, does it not? Oh, tore off.
Damn it! Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
Okay. I'm not lying. If the culprit hit their head on that tough floorboard, they would be dead. What am I missing here again? It's got to be to do with the cross piece, right? Ugh. Okay, which one have I tried it with? There was another choice option, wasn't there? Maybe I'm choosing the wrong option.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Because we did it with Samugi's and
Judging from the
Gonta's.
sound,
But
there
there was
must have
another
been
option,
considerable
right? Maybe I'm
force.
picking the wrong
Someone
option.
who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
There's not that one.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell
Or that
over.
one.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor.
It's not this one, because I tried that
Then
one.
stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped.
Ah! Frig! Ah!
A floorboard
It's
that comes loose when you
spinning!
step on it is dangerous.
Sake.
Someone must have stomped.
There we go.
I agree.
Enjoy this moment while it lasts, Kyo. I'm not going to agree with you any more than once.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Yeah, it was too neat, wasn't it?
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
What did they stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, I'll need to think carefully about the cross piece and the floor. Okay, let's take our time while we read this. So Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard. Okay. And the cross piece that had been cut was at the other end. Okay. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. Only one of the cross pieces was cut. The other two were left intact. One of them was right under Tenko, and the other one was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Think. Come on, think. Oh god. Slide? Hang on a minute, hang on a minute. I don't know what the option would be. E? Okay, that was a guess. Wait, hang on a minute. Slide down, right? What was that? Another E. If it was hit here, go... But then her weight would push it back. Wait, seesaw? I didn't see what letter that was. That was my bad. I'm sitting there doing this on screen like, huh? Oh, wait, I need another S for seesaw. So, what's the other? Ah, there we go. So, seesaw. A, no. E. Oh, wait. Effect? I need another F, please. That is, yeah, it is effect. T. And a T!
I see now.
That was too hard. Then me, I'm sitting there and I'm like, huh? Huh? Huh?
That's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
Who would have...
A seesaw?
Who would have stomped on it, though? That makes no sense.
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage.
Which had all the weight on
If
it.
you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece,
Ooh.
the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A
Damn.
lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Her whole body lifted up?
Okay, this isn't actually from under the
Yeah,
floorboards,
that
which is
sounds like a
blowing my
seesaw,
mind
right?
right now.
But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that. Unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Yeah, because they lifted her high up enough into the cage, towards the cage's edge.
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick,
Shit.
placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
They needed it to be high up enough, I'm guessing. Okay, the floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood with the white fabric on the white fabric. What conclusion can I draw from this? There's only one place a sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence. Next to the cage, underneath the floorboard. Top of the cage? But we would have seen it, right? Ah! I didn't get time to answer. Shit. What's wrong? Aren't you going to tell us? I didn't get time to read all of them! Between the victim and the floorboard. Next to the cage? No. Yeah, we would have... Oh god, I need to be careful now. Right, so she would have seen it. We would have seen it if it was on the... Okay, just think about this. We would have seen... Because I'm just so stressed. I always get stressed when I play the trials. Because I get low on hearts and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. You would have seen it if it was on the underside of the cage. So was it... What were the two options? I tried next to the cage, which was wrong. I was thinking they probably were like holding it, and then as they lifted her up, they stabbed it. But there would have been a hole in the cloth, right? So that doesn't work now. So it's got to be to do with the one of the two that were under the floorboard. So there was one that says it was between the victim and the floorboard. I don't know what that means. I don't know what they mean by that. But that doesn't make sense because that would have been... If it was under the floorboard for both of those responses, right? It would have been, like, what? Clipped upside down? So, wait. And they lifted her... So, if she was here... lifted her up to the top of the cage, which means the only place the sickle is at the top of the cage. But how the fuck did we not see it? Wait a minute. We never actually turned it upside down, did we? We just picked it up from underneath. And then put it down. We never actually turned it upside down. So maybe we could have missed it? Surely not.
That's it!
Seriously? No way.
The sickle was at the top of the iron cage.
What?
With the blade facing down.
How did we not see it though?
The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage. Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
Time out. Hang on a minute. We didn't see it because of the cloth. So you're telling me that when the cloth was put over it, the sickle was under the cloth and then the blade was in between the gaps? So it was Kyo then? Kyo did it. Right? I'm going on a wild fantasy goose chase in my brain right now, but that's the only thing that can make sense. Because it's a grated cage. You should be able to see the top of it, right? But the way he just says we only saw it because of... I can't, like, move my thing on the screen right now, but where the sickle actually is, then you've got the cage, then the blade coming through. So, I mean, it's Kyo. What?
Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw,
Ooh, no.
Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
Ooh.
She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in a crouched position.
But if you lifted her up...
But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Ooh.
Bringing the victim to the sickle, rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
And hang on a minute. Something else has just popped into my brain, right? Kyo said, I will go and make the preparations. He was alone for a set amount of time, X amount of time, to have set everything up. That's just making me think it's Kyo now. It's just making me think it's Kyo now. I'm sorry. That's crazy.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
That's bonkers.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide. Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
You're the one that said it, girl.
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box. Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Here we go. Here we go. He's falling into it now.
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
No, I think it's you now, Kyo. I'm sorry. You've just cemented it for me now. You've cemented it for me now.
She's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
No, you are as well. I'm sorry, Todd. You're going down.
Why's that?
He's
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
Literally, Kokichi's advice is correct, right? The person who actually did it will try and plant it on some, is obviously, while she hasn't obviously turned around and says, I did it, they will push the blame onto someone else if they can. And what's he doing? I smell suspicion. I don't trust this man anymore.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room.
Do I think he killed Angie though? I'm not sure. Feeling 100% confident he's killed Tenko though.
That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
Yeah, but then you also said you'll go and start preparations, Kyo! That can be used against you!
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it.
I don't feel like that's right. I'll be wrong, but I don't know.
Then she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
Stand up for yourself, woman.
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
What?
Himiko?
What's wrong, Himiko?
If it's true that using the middle room is Himiko's idea, but does that mean that Himiko really killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? No. Something so cool. Intermission! Excellent. Yes, I would like to save.
Well now.
Looks like we've reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our Guess the Victim quiz! A victim quiz? Not a culprit quiz? The only victims are the people who are still watching this drawn-out, boring crap. Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden?
It's okay.
I am sure everyone is happy. How do you know? Oh, I thought that was Monokuma. They could be skipping this entire conversation for all you know. No, I would never do that to you guys. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I'm the real victim here. Me. Why are you getting upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all this nonsense all the time.
Absolutely right.
That's the right answer, Monodam. Why? He hasn't said anything.
Hey,
Exactly, because there are no victims. Yep, even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. Because then everyone mourns you, and you get tons of post-unanimous popularity.
Daddy!
Oh, Daddy, you don't need to reveal these kinds of behind-the-scenes details.
all right.
Dying makes you more popular? Then we gotta die soon, too. Jesus Christ.
direction of a spooky, scary ghost.
I actually am going to take a quick intermission. I'm gonna go make myself another drink. I will be back in a minute. I'm back. I'm also bleeding for some reason. I have no idea why. I don't know what happened there. I'll have to keep an eye on it. Let's continue, shall we?
Ah! I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
Logic does not compute.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns. So round, so sweet, so delicious.
That doesn't sound scary at all!
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
Did you hear something?
Why are you bullying this guy?
I didn't hear anything.
Why are you being so mean, guys?
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
I have a fresh hot chocolate. And I also made a cold drink too.
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Yeah, do something, Himiko. Don't just sit there.
Are you even listening?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not listening.
What?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive? And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial!
Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Kyo?
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko! Himiko not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
Oh, shut up, Kyo. We know it's you.
No, it's not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko!
Himiko, I know how you feel. I felt the same way after Kaede died. We can't give up. We survived. We can't give up. For the sake of everyone who died. Right, What's my options? Okay.
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one, Himiko? Because you laid your trap there.
Was trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped too.
Yeah, even if Himiko picked the room.
We can agree with that because of Kokichi, right? He went into one of the other rooms and he fell through the floorboards, and that's why he conked his brain out. Yes, we can agree with you, Gonta.
Are empty rooms.
We can agree with you, Gonta. Bring me back to him. Bring me back to my boy. Tag teaming with Gonta. No, 100%. We can agree that with Gonta. Just bring it back. Bring it back. I'm feeling confident about this one.
The seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle room, Himiko? Because you laid your trap there.
Was trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped.
I agree.
I agree.
Good job, Gonta. I'm so proud of you as a good boy.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
You fucking twat.
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kind of stepped through. What bad luck.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
Yep.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
Yep.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
Yep. Yes, Kyo, you bastard.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Oh, get out of here. I don't trust you no more.
Especially you!
Yes, Todd Habercorn.
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Get out of here, Todd. Go back to Fairy Tale.
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
I still love you, Todd, though. 100%. You're an amazing guy, but go back to Fairy Tale. If you're gonna stop being a dick in my games, go back to Fairy Tale. Like Todd's ever gonna watch my video. Come on. Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Please.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory.
Yeah, Himiko.
We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead. This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore. I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
Please, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul bro.
Soul bro.
Your
Soul bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Because the what's-it was over it.
That is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic.
No, it was the freaking thing on the
That's one
floor.
possibility. But I think it might have been something else.
Don't step on the thing during the ritual. Why did no one step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? Ah, that's it. That must be the reason. Because of the freaking magic circle. Right, I just need to find it. Where is it? Oh, that one, right? This one.
This is it!
Knew it was in there somewhere.
It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. The magic circle is broken. Not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle.
Which just cements it's Kyo, right? He would have specifically known where the floorboard was to have put the magic circle down so nobody would have stepped on it. I mean, it's a fucking almost a beautiful plan if it wasn't for his meddling kids. Literally, if it wasn't for his meddling high school kids.
The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trip.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
That's right. That's the case, then the culprit. There's no doubt in my mind, they're the one who killed Tenko. Only one person had the opportunity and the motive. Where is he? Come on, Todd. Don't be shy now. Lucky number 7, incoming.
It has to be you. Kyo. Was it you?
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Kyo?
Why do you suspect me?
Because there's multiple
Because
evidence
you were
stacking
the one
against
who
you.
drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick. But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Answer already! Did you do it?
Obviously, he's going to say not.
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
Oh yeah, he'd get a kick out of this.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
I see. That is problem.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
You had time to prepare, bro.
How can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
Culprits stepped on the exact floorboard, even in the darkness. But how? How did they move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit found the right floorboard. Although, even after I put out the candle, I could move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
That's it. The culprit didn't even have to see it all. They used... touch.
That's it! The culprit used touch. They didn't see, they felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark they could have used to determine where the floorboard was. The fucking cage? Must have been at the seance. I know it. The fucking cage? Oh, what's the cage referred to as? Steel cage? Steel cage. No, wait, hang on a minute. That doesn't seem right. White cloth? C-L-O-T-H-E. Is there a W? I can't even see right now. There isn't. Right, that doesn't help. Oh, I didn't realise I could do that. Oh, is it metal cage? It can't be... Hang on a minute. It can't be metal cage either. What is it? Wait, hang on, wait. So it wasn't the cage. Magic circle. Because he drew it specifically, right? Need an E, please. Why is there no E's, ladies and gentlemen? Ah, there was one.
I see now.
I was thinking like the actual cage, but then obviously he drew the circle specifically.
That's it. The magic circle. They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was
drawn with salt.
The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
I have finished my hot drink. I am now on to my cold one.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
Sure, Todd. What? Sure.
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Exactly how you drew it, bruh.
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
So what?
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room.
He's
yes?
being this fucking petty. Are you
The
kidding
magic
me?
circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it. Yes?
I can't believe he's being this petty.
You're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
I see. Another piece of the puzzle. To run the circle with salt, all but guaranteed it would be temporary. The investigation itself would have gotten rid of the evidence. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
What a pain. We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
He totally can.
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
God damn it, Kokichi.
Hey, may I have your attention?
I said cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
He totally photographed it,
I
right?
had Miu add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Alright, so what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
Image recording?
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory.
And she didn't install it
give
for
it a
that
try.
purpose? What purpose was she installing it for?
Ready?
On your mouth?
I also use magic like that.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
He drew lines all the way to the end!
Okay.
Cheeky fucker! I can see from the picture! I reluctantly took the paper from Kibo's mouth. What a bitch! He drew lines! So this is the magical circle used for the seance.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Yes! Notice anything? Yes!
There!
There's lines all the way to the corners!
This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kiyo's lie.
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document.
Which you didn't.
But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners, which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Hey, where's my thanks? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Yeah, but not for the purpose that he's used it for.
Yeah, what was it you were saying
Think
about
its purpose.
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health. Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds. Your what? Why? Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality. Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so...
Does it now?
See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan!
Quit talking about your poop.
No one cares. No one cares.
No. You killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
So, Kiyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
Oh, for God's sakes. Get out of here, Todd.
Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Unimportant?
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
Okay.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
His attitude is disconcerting, but first I need to counter his argument.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
Here we go.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later.
White sheet!
Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
I'll cut through your words!
Get out of here, asshole. You picked up the sheet. You also probably put it there with the sheet.
The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth. You could have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth.
And taken it away afterwards.
And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth.
And then dropped it down the hole.
Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
What?
It's correct. Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, Kyo?
What you talking about, Kyo?
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko, that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
Yeah, because we need to find out who killed
You
Angie.
mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
Mm-hmm. Ah, that's right! What happens to your votes if there are two blackened candidates? Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue.
So what did you kill her for then, you prick?
Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
I still want to know why you killed Tenko then.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
How are we supposed to...
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
Yep.
We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Nuts to that! Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
Oh, we're getting towards the...
No, it's too dangerous to
We're
vote
split
before
in
we
half.
arrive at a logical decision.
It's team fight time.
The culprit's one of you! Wowee! This argument is getting intense! At times like this...
The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds!
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Why were you waiting for it?
Yu confessed to killing Tenko, but insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. I have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone. I'm split into teams. We go.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
Okay.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He's planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death.
I got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to
Okay.
solve.
I got them all. I just missed out on the Kyo
killed
one itself.
Tenko.
Yeah.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's...
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was...
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he...
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He's planning to use the new rule.
Kyo! Not possible.
I was
That
literally
rule was
with...
added after both murders.
We solved the mystery.
I got this!
I was literally
Not yet.
with
There's still another mystery to
Kokichi,
solve.
Kibo, and Kyo as... there was only 4 of us against everyone else. That's insane. That's insane. Just the 4 of us? That's insane.
It would be a mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder. And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene.
Which one?
I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Yes, the outlying piece of evidence at Tenko's murder scene. Oh, the dried blood? This one?
This is it!
Yeah, because I was a bit confused by that. That's what I was
The
looking
blood
for.
stain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Is that Tenko's blood?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it.
Mm-hmm.
But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Because it literally just happened.
Well, that's weird.
Mysterious
Why
mystery!
was that bloodstain the only dry one?
Oh, I wasn't reading that. The bloodstain under the floor was dry because it happened before the seance. It was from the investigation. The air was dry. It was there before Tenko was killed. Happened before the seance.
That's it!
Yeah, it wouldn't have been. It would have been not been long
The
enough
bloodstain
before
wasn't
Tenko
from
died.
Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Before the seance?
What should make it clear whose blood it was? Sorry, the reason I'm like keeping over here is because someone's parked over the road and their window, the sun is hitting their like windows of the car and it's reflecting back into my face, and I'm like every now and again. So that's why I keep looking that way. That's my bad. Now that should make it clear whose blood it was. The blood was before the seance. It has to be Angie.
That's it!
And it probably explains the tape.
That bloodstain wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Oh, Angie.
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
You don't know that.
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I'd believe him over Yukio, trust me.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true, or... I don't know, you know, just because it's...
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed.
Uh-huh.
She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle! Keep herself awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body.
That sounds like something only you would do, Mew.
What did Kokichi see? Something Angie did. There has to be a clue.
The art
What are my
research
bullets? Effigies, gold
It's
leaf.
not where Angie was.
Oh, wait, this was found in the anthropologist lab, which is not what she mentioned. Necronomicon. Why have we got the Necronomicon again? Because the reason it's still here is because it wasn't burnt, right? Wait a sec. Someone said something about a candle a minute ago. Did she go to get a candle and got killed then? Seriously, it can't be that. It can't be that easy.
She was
What?
killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
That's it!
I agree.
And she... Okay! I mean, it's the only place that has actual fire, right? So...
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
And someone...
Yeah, for kinky wax play.
No, she needed to burn the book.
Angie was going to use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead.
You have to burn it, which we already spoke about before. It's hilarious how sometimes things come up twice, isn't it? That blows my mind. It blows my tiny brain.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab.
So she needed actual fire.
So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
She has weird pointy ears.
That's why there was dried blood underfloor.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held.
Dun dun dun.
Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance. If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be Atua's will. Or maybe the
Power of magic.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab?
The duct tape's got to come into it,
It
right?
may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room.
She had a bash to her forehead, didn't she? Could have knocked her out.
She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
That means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence for that. She had a forehead hit, right? Didn't she get smacked in the forehead? Yeah, she had a forehead injury.
This is it!
She had 2 injuries. And then one in her back.
The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from a katana.
Even though it says their torso.
But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma. And I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow.
Yeah, from the actual blow.
Ha! It's all clear now.
And we still haven't used the duct tape yet.
Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab. And it was there that the culprit finished her off.
I'm waiting for someone to be like, how did they get her there without the blood falling all over the floor? Duct tape!
All clear. This is all clear.
Yes, Kyo. We know it's you, darling.
What are you all talking about?
He's so breaking and it's
all
funny.
Clear? What is all clear? What are you? All clear?
Are you two colors?
What are you all? You what? What are? I will not fear. I will not back down.
Wait, whoa, what?
Sweet Korekio, calm yourself. Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
What?
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson. Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all.
He is showing his true colors now.
It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog!
Okay, Natsu, calm down.
Nothing is clear at all!
Natsu, cool it. Yeah, I need to cool it, man. Go and hang out with Gray for a bit. Okay.
Angie was attacked in the empty room first, and then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
Keep going.
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell?
Yeah,
the hallway and empty room had no blood stains.
I'm sure I used the right one.
I was wrong!
I'm sure I used the right one there.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no blood stains.
No bloods. Yeah, the duct tape though. Why is it not the duct tape? Why is it not the duct tape? Surely that's right though, right? Is there another response? Is there more than one response?
Damn it!
Am I being eager?
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no blood stains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere left, Shuichi.
I'll cut through your words.
That's where I need to use it then. That's cheeky to use it twice. That's cheeky to use it twice.
There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
I was totally right with what I thought though.
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of.
I knew the duct
Since
tape
it
would
was
come in
hidden,
eventually.
The culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt, and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that for us.
Sure, okay.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
And it's the person squirming. Come in number 7. Your time's up again.
It has to be you.
It has to be you. Look at you. You're sweating buckets.
It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
What the fuck? So it's true.
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
You killed both of them. Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
Angie? Was Angie an accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
I think Angie, right? The murder that was an accident. It's gotta be Angie, right? Tenko's was too planned out, so it has to be Angie's.
Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tenko wasn't accident?
That's right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with a seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room,
Angie walked in! Oh!
So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
Oh. It's all coming together now.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Then you should have just stopped there. Once he killed Angie, there was no reason for him to kill Tenko.
You only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you killed two of our friends?
What is it? What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit.
Bruh.
So, why is everyone looking at me like I am?
Because you are.
Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekio. Yes.
The fuck is happening?
You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter.
What is happening?
You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
No idea. I don't know anymore.
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter. I will never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one.
Double murder is not a simple allegation.
There is no evidence that I killed Angie.
Oh my god.
No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses. Well said. Good job, Korekio. Yes, thanks.
Creeps me the fuck out!
No evidence? There's no evidence that he killed Angie?
You're wrong. There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
The floorboard, right? That's why it's got blood on it. The actual floorboard, because he'd just probably taken it up.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize.
No.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
No.
Come on. Apologize. 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 Apologize.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
I have no idea what's happening with Kyo, but I'm not apologizing. But I know what weapon he used on Angie. I have to prove it to him. Oh.
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Why must you force your delusions on us? That's merely a delusion. Well said, Pinocchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Pinocchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion.
This is so hard.
I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Pinocchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Oh my god.
Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Pinocchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry
This stresses me out so much!
Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Pinocchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Pinocchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize.
Jesus Christ.
Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Pinocchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Wooden
You
floorboard.
have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
Moved floor. No, I didn't see that.
I told
Oh
you
god.
I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? Such a sorry lot.
What does the
You
what
have
does the
no
RE
proof that
mean?
Correcchio is the killer.
Removed floorboard.
It ends here.
Fucking hell, I'm so dumb. So dumb. No one saw
He
that,
had hit
right?
Angie
No
with
one
the same
saw it.
floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
Oh my god. That's why there's blood on it.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
There was a small patch of dry blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Angie's blood?
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board. But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the blood stain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
You're just dumb, man.
The weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick.
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
Checkmate.
I believe that while Keel was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board.
Makes sense.
When Angie walked in.
And he cold-cocked her with a floorboard.
Not the term of phrase I'd use, but sure.
All you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
So it's true. This is the truth.
You were right from the start, Himiko. He did kill both of them.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi. I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Ichi, please, put an end to this. For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I understand. I'll go over everything one more time. Keel, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
Here we go. Ooh, nice music. Okay, let's see. Which options do we have? Hit sliding lock. Duct tape. Okay, let's start with the duct tape. Should be this one. Removed floorboard. This one. And then we need to do... Ooh, okay. Move the gold leaf katana. Small stone, Himiko rock. Okay. Let's go forward a few pages. Quite a few pages. Ooh. This one. This one for there. That's fine. And then we need to do... This one? Yes. Okay, that's fine. And then the ones we've got left are all these ones. Okay, let's go back. Hit the sliding lock, which it did. I need... Oh, who's Effigy? What weapon killed Angie? Yes. Excellent. Oh, right, what we got? Path made with salt. Okay. Who is responsible for extinguishing the candles? How is the culprit able to move around in the darkness during the seance? This one. Lovely. Right. Cook cross pieces. Stabbed Kaede's effigy. This one. Stomped hard on the floorboard. Ichi's lockpicking. We done? Oh, there's still one more here. Ichi exchanges the flames. Footsteps contaminating the sea. Hang on a minute. Ah, this one. This is what they were doing. Right, so that's the first one's all done. Okay, this one is for when Angie's body was found, who unlocked the door? Where is he? Kokichi. Yep. And then I extinguished one of the candles. Lovely. And then we've got when the culprit approached the cage. Jumped hard on the floorboard. And then this one seals the deal.
This is the truth of the case.
Here we go. Now I can boogie.
Let's look back at the first murder. It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it.
Such a
The
bouncing
plan
tune.
was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room.
I love how they just improved on it every
Crosspieces,
time. It's
They
great.
needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms. However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting crosspieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head.
Ow.
The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab.
Playing my air guitar there for a minute.
While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick. Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this. To overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere. And the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door.
Poor fake Kaede. Having a twirl.
Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times. Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder.
Yeah, I still don't get why they did 2 murders when one would have... I mean, I say one would have sufficed. He could have just left it at that.
They manipulated us into performing this seance. Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned. Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Caged Child song. When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium. But our culprit had another plan, to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle,
he stomped.
They found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard.
Oof.
The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw
And my neck disappears
and
at the
pushed
thought.
Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage.
Oh no.
Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage.
Ugh.
She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it. After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner. Finished the ritual and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body.
See, that is more clever, because I assumed someone had gone under the floorboards and killed her, but it was actually him all along.
And while we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us.
Running in and
The
destroying
culprit had
everything.
planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekio Shinguji, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders.
No more moves to make
That's
now,
where my
Kyo.
detective work leads us. It all fits.
Sweet Korekio, there are times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit? Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately. Yes.
Unfortunately? No.
It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
Huh?
100 friends?
What?
It was my dream to make 100 friends. Oh, it's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100! What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Me neither.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already!
Roger that! One voting time! Coming up!
Thank you,
The
Monokuma.
hot racing excitement as
The heart-racing excitement!
As the blackened and the spotless finally face off!
It's voting time!
I do sometimes feel sorry for Monodam. Where is he? Here he is.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
Who did he vote for? Or did he not vote? Guessing he didn't vote. Sometimes they'll vote for somebody else. It's funny. Sometimes they'll vote for me, and it's like, come on.
Chosen as the blackened. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
You know we're right, Monokuma. Come on. Get to the punishment already. I want to see what punishment you have in store for him. All rise. I would, but then I'd be off the screen. I did so... I felt I did bad, but apparently I didn't do too bad, actually. The mime one I wasn't so good at, but... Cool. I did quite a few misses, though, but I'll take an A. To be honest, I take anything, I take from a C above, so that's cool. Okay, right, let's get back to normal. I'll have a little bit of drink, because we're back to talking again. The trials are nice that I get to have a break, but... Wow, seriously? You're correct again!
Absolutely right!
Amazing! This is the 3rd correct verdict in a row!
All right!
If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you'll proceed to the bonus round. How's this gonna last that long?
For now.
It's finally over.
No.
No, not yet. I haven't heard his answer yet. Kyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko?
Right!
Yeah, he no need to kill them both, no matter what motive he have.
Oh?
Motive?
Hey!
Did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did, though, how did that trigger a murder?
Hey!
Don't tell me. Were you actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito?
Shut up!
I never said I was scared. The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it? Because we're friends, I'll tell you. I never once believed in the ritual. I would never kill someone over such a silly thing as that.
What?
But this has nothing to do with the motive. Then why?
Yes.
For the one that I love.
There is someone that I love.
Okay. From the bottom of my heart, someone so dear, someone I long for.
I love her with all my heart. And she loves me with all her heart.
Is this your split personality, or was she an actual person and you're now possessed? I don't know what's happening anymore!
Yes, we vowed an endless love to each other, forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love.
And apparently a naked shot. Sure.
No matter what anyone says.
What?
Bragging about your perfect love life? Fuck you! Some of us aren't that lucky. So to see this lover of yours, you had to escape.
Don't tell me.
That's why you killed Angie and Tenko? But why did you need to kill both? If you asked if I did it to escape this place, my answer would be no.
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside. Inside?
Wait!
Don't look at me! I'm not his lover!
Yeah.
Calm down, no one would want a disgusting shit-stuffed bitch like you anyway!
Curse Sploosh!
What the what?
Hey!
Kyo, who is it? Who's this person you love?
Hey.
Is it really one of us? When I say inside, I do not mean inside this academy.
You see.
I mean inside me.
Sister.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, all he had to say was that, and all I had to read was that. We got some Game of Thrones shit going on here. What? What is this game? Yes, the one that I love lives inside me, my dearest sister. Sister?
Wait!
Don't look at me! I'm not his sister!
Right?
Well, duh, if you were his sister, you would have killed himself already. I shouldn't find these things funny, but I do. I'm such a terrible person.
Wait,
Your sister? But didn't you say she was your lover?
Whatever is the matter.
It's not that difficult. My sister is my lover. No, don't chew it again! No!
And she loved me so deeply.
No, don't show it again. It's weird now. No! Monokuma, shield my eyes. Shield my eyes. Don't let me see the freaky things that are happening on the screen right now. Oh my god.
The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us.
It should mean everything. It's called incest! Why does it say no physical connection? It literally says above, no physical connection. I'm cutting half of it off, but it says, like, right, like here. Like here, this bit here is no physical, and then says connection obviously there. I don't know what, I don't know.
They called it forbidden love, but none could stop the love we shared.
So freaky.
Oh, how I long for my sister's warmth. The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth.
It's just... Ah!
For my beloved sister.
Always messing around.
You had to escape from here, right?
No.
I had to kill for her.
Huh?
What?
Sister.
Sister was very sickly. She was always in and out of hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She seemed so lonely.
However...
Even if I could be her little brother and her lover, I couldn't be her friend. So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends for my dearest deceased sister.
Huh?
Deceased?
Do you understand?
My sister is now a ghost. So her friends should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved sister.
Oh my god, he's a serial killer. Oh my god! That's what he meant by 100 friends! Oh my god! This is bonkers! This is great, but this is bonkers! What the fuck? They were all wonderful people, worthy of being my sister's friends. What?
Incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand! Too impossible!
Sister.
Is very happy.
Yes.
Yes, Korekio, I am very happy. Thanks to you, I am not lonely.
what?
Could it be that the lipstick version of Kyo is...
I am Korekio's older sister.
Thank you for looking after my little brother. He is broken. He is so broken. So broken. Oh my god, he is so broken.
What?
What the hell?
Yes.
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught I nearly went mad. No, you went over the edge so far. We do not know where you are no more, my friend. But sister came to save me.
I am pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside me.
Sister.
Now I can finally see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely.
Korekio.
That's wonderful, Korekio. Your love made impossible possible.
Are you serious?
This is really a spirit?
I told you.
He's just delusional. But a sad little girl who can't even believe in the power of love.
Ew.
Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick.
Well,
You said you killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the 2 you killed here.
What was that?
Seems like he was already crazy before he got here.
Because
You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
Unacceptable.
Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being my sister's friends.
Huh?
Only girls? See, so when we were deciding who should be the medium, let's choose it would work best with a girl. You said it would work best with a girl. I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
And besides Maki and Miyu, they were all worthy. All worthy of being my sister's friends. All worthy?
Why, you?
Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care.
Then...
And the second victim could have been me? Tenko died in place of me? Then I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me that Angie spirit should go in. No, I'll do it.
Excellent.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her a perfect friend for my sister.
Wonderful.
She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko. Huh? Infiltrate? Really?
But...
How did you... It was obvious to me. I have studied many people. Yes, she stood up against the darkness of the school all by herself. All for her beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was a perfect friend for my sister. I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko.
Well.
Oh, I was planning on having you become my sister's friend too. Eventually.
No way!
What? You do all that for... Wow, you did all that just to kill. For you to go that far. That's pretty impressive. You were interested in the caged child just so you could use it to kill someone, right?
Let's see.
It interested me as an anthropologist, of course, but more than that...
For my beloved sister!
I wanted to kill for sister. I cannot deny that overpowering feeling.
Are you okay?
Aito, are you okay? You kind of look pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo right now. Allow me to explain, though. I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place.
However...
But Angie walked in on me preparing, and I ended up killing her in a different way. So I figured I may as well kill someone else, too. After all, it would be a shame just to waste the seance trick I prepared.
What is that?
You're talking like you killed her just because you could. No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to my sister.
Correctio.
You're such a thoughtful little brother, but it was bad to get greedy.
Oh dear.
You're right. Because of that, now I can't send 100 friends to sister. Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Korekio's crime. I do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand.
Why?
That right? Killing 2 friends for your dead sister?
But how?
That's wrong! That's so wrong! Oh, don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's death.
Do not worry.
Death only changes a person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost.
That's right.
Even though I'm a ghost now, I am always by Korekio's side.
Sister.
I love you. Cut it out already!
What was that?
I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing makes sense. It's not fair. Why did Angie and Tenko have to die for something so unfair?
Well...
Because death is unfair.
And another thing.
All deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think news stations get such high ratings when they're reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths.
Maybe.
Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game? Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it. People were watching this?
Shut up!
Knock it off! Knock off the bullshit. Only sick fucks would enjoy watching this.
You got me.
Hell yeah. If I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching.
So then,
The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery. But my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
Sister.
I think I shall go and see her now, my beloved sister.
Sister.
I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now.
Correcchio.
It's all right, sweet Correcchio. Come to me.
Oh.
Looks like you're already prepared. Now then, let's get started.
It's punishment time!
It's the moment you've all been waiting for!
Huh?
Punishment time?
Sister.
My beloved sister, at long last, I'll finally get to see you again.
That's right.
From now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others.
What?
Wait, I can't accept this!
Therefore,
Like I said, there's no such thing as a death that can be accepted.
from an anthropological point of view,
Why do you think so many different cultures have funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease?
yes.
The living must find a reason, however forced, to accept death when it happens. How you come to terms with death also determines how you live, yes.
What was that?
What?
I
That was the answer I reached. How about you? How will you live a life that faces death?
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Have you now?
I shall observe.
I will watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I will watch over you.
That's right.
It won't just be me and Correcchio. All those who have died will be watching. I'll be watching to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity is beautiful.
I'll be watching forever and ever.
It's punishment time!
Come on, what punishment are you gonna give him, Monokuma? That was bonkers, though. Come on. Yep, drag him away. Drag the freak away where he belongs. The hell? Cultural melting pot? Spinny, 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 spinny! Ooh. Monodam! Get out of here, Kyo. Salt. Oh my god. Oh wow, apparently your soul doesn't get to go on either. Damn. Oh my god. That was a bit bonkers. What?
How gory!
No, Monodam, why?
How can this
What the?
be?
To think my cute child would commit suicide.
Yay!
It's so cute. It's so freaking cute that he'd kill himself because he couldn't get along. Monodam committed suicide? Had I known this would happen, I would have been nicer to him. The only reason Monodam obsessed over getting along was because everyone but me bullied him.
That's right!
Yes, the other monokubs drove him to suicide, but not me.
Hey,
Hey, who's Monodam?
Eh?
Huh? You already forgot? That's kinda scary.
well now.
Well, looks like another class trial has wrapped up without incident, so I'm gonna take this here Necronomicon.
Wah, wah, wah.
Seems like a waste, though. You guys sure you don't want to use it? You guys should have brought someone back to life. and added them to your roster.
You?
Shut up. How long are you going to keep talking about that?
I told you.
Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie. He's just trying to shake us mentally to get us to panic.
What's the point?
I'm assuming you think another murder will happen if you do that, right? Who can say? What a waste. If none of you were gonna use it, then you should have let me have it. And I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings. Which one? Well, I don't know. They were all pretty terrible, actually. Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it's just been the two of us this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you gotta get for doubting me. Too bad.
So long. Farewell.
Even now, he still talks about raising the dead.
Always messing around.
Man, this is stupid. What people believe in is up to them, but living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the dead.
Of course!
Living are more precious than the dead, no matter what. It's not something a coward like you should say. Shut up. Leave me alone.
But
There's one thing this case taught me. I thought there was a God watching over us, but there isn't after all. Not in this academy. Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Well, that's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have.
Gonta do his best.
Keep everyone safe. Gonta want to protect everyone. But your talent is entomology. I don't want Suichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of class trials.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, use your talent as assassin is way more trouble. When are you gonna use that, huh?
Okay.
I'll work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate.
That's right.
It may not be possible now, but I'll put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I trust you, Maki Roll. I think you're great. I won't run away anymore. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone. Maki! I wonder how long that'll last. What if your true calling as a killer shows? Don't underestimate her. Maki Roll's one of my sidekicks.
Got a minute?
I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Maki Roll?
Oh.
You guys are so close now. This must be the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially not after losing 7 people. You're right. Only 9 people left now. Well, what do you know? The dumbass can do basic math. That's right. 7 pieces of shit have been flushed away, and only 9 remain.
actually,
By that calculation, doesn't that make you one of the pieces?
But,
Just 9 of us?
well,
Humans are like weeds. Too numerous to count. 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end. Shit. That's totally what the heartless robot is thinking, right? Right?
How rude!
No, I am not thinking that. Your blatant robophobia is simply inexcusable.
But you know,
But hey, none of us give up, right? I know we're all gonna escape. I'm not gonna rely on a god, spirits, or the dead.
I believe in you.
Just you guys. I believe in you all.
Okay.
Kaito.
Well, of course.
You're right. Those who remain can start over.
Hey,
Hold up. Keyboy needs to apologize to everyone for the whole student council thing. And there's only one kind of apology that I'm willing to accept.
how exciting!
Yank your head off and smash it into the ground with all your strength. Got that?
no way.
I have never heard of such an intense form of apology. It seems like everything is settled for now, even though we're missing her.
You all right?
Himiko, you okay? Anything Gonta can do to help? You can tell Gonta.
Hey,
I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be best for her.
okay.
I remember how I felt.
Oh.
Oh, Gonta understand.
You're so dumb.
God, Himiko is such a liar.
Huh?
Because I'm a liar.
Personally, I don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will if the world was comprised with just the truth.
But
But even then, I think it's good to lie to yourself, you know?
right?
What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings a little bit.
uh,
I only said this because I thought about it.
Because?
Himiko has been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back.
Hey!
Hey, what are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back? What? Hold back? Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. If you feel like crying while talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too. And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up. Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. Look what you did, Kokichi! Tenko, Angie, I'm so lonely! So lonely without you two! But I gotta survive! I still can't go to where you are. But I'm lonely. I'm so lonely without the both of you. Himiko.
Damn it.
Kokichi. Clunk. Pack it in, man. I know you had a good reason behind it, but could you maybe try and be a bit polite? More polite? Himiko cried for a long time. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotions she had bottled up inside. Before we knew it, as if lured by her doing so, we began crying. We all cried together. Tears we shed, I can't even describe it. We were crying about what we had been through and what was to come. Sadness, hatred, frustration, discord. Good messaging service. Anger, love, tears filled with emotion. But at the very least, they weren't tears of submission. They were tears to push us forward. Oh boy! After a while, Himiko finally calmed down. However... Aww!
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
That's fucking adorable! That is so wholesome! That's adorable!
No, she fine.
She's so tiny!
She's sleeping very peacefully.
That is adorable! That makes up for all the bonkers shit with Kyo. That is so cute!
She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think?
Yeah, I hope so.
Then Gonta carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me? You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking ya!
Jesus Christ.
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
Don't ruin the mood. While we were heading back to our dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaito had stopped in his tracks. Kaito, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to get some night air. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead.
Huh?
Sure?
Well...
Anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, then you should have said so earlier. I thought you were sick. You worried about me. Yes, worried about your stupidity. Still haven't warmed up to me, huh?
But...
Maybe not, but I feel like the walls we had up are coming down a little, you know? Perhaps those walls were her enemies. It seems like she doesn't want to wait anymore.
Got it.
Yeah, 'cause of me.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe, but you sound like you're bragging, Kaito. But like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. You can go on ahead.
Okay.
Sure, got it. See you tomorrow.
Got it.
See you tomorrow. Bonkers. After our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I didn't notice what was going on with Kaito. Cough.
Damn it.
What the fuck?
I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet.
The fuck? What's wrong?
Damn it. No way am I gonna die here.
What's wrong with him?
No way.
No. What's happening? What? He's actually sick? Shit. Chapter 3 cleared. Yeah, let's not use the mysterious mask. Yes, please, I would like to save. Oh boy! That was crazy. Oh my god. Whew. Right, well, that was absolutely bonkers. I mean, I'm fairly happy I got most of the of like how the murder was done, at least for Tenko. I was wrong about it being done under the floorboards. I assumed it was an under the floorboard thing. I had no idea about the whole seesaw mechanic, so that was fun. I still had my suspicions about the dried blood. So the fact that it coincided with, obviously, Angie dying, well, not necessarily dying there, but having the altercation there makes sense. So it was good that I say it was good we didn't have two killers, because I think it would be difficult for them to work around how to have two killers, because if you're only able to kill like just one person, but two people committed the crime, it's kind of like, oh, okay, so there's just going to be somebody who killed somebody in the whole like camp scenario with everybody else, and that's going to cause problems. So I think I could see why they probably wouldn't be able to have done that angle at all. But Kiyo's reasoning, though, can we take just 10 seconds? I'm not spending more than a few seconds on this. His reasonings for what he did are bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Like, what I was not expecting any of that. I was not expecting the incest bit. Frickin' creepy. I wasn't expecting the fact he was a serial killer either. But you know. What? His death was pretty brutal. But as for whether they actually got rid of his ghost, you know, his spirit or not, no idea. And the idea that his sister's spirit was throwing salt on him so he didn't get to be with her. I mean, if wouldn't it be great that his sister was just like, don't kill anyone for me, and he just did, assuming that was the thing he wanted to do. And he had a split person, he like had a breakdown and had a split personality thing, and it was just him pretending to be his sister saying kill people for me when not, and his sister was like, don't you dare, and she didn't want him to be with her in the end, which would have been an interesting concept. But there's the few seconds that we spent on that, and we're just moving on. The ending was wholesome. Gonta carrying Himiko was adorable. Kaito, though, the frig is wrong with Kaito? I'm assuming we're probably going to find out in the next chapter. Does that mean he's probably going to die, though? But he's not gonna, like, be murdered? He's just gonna die from his illness? But it's gonna come up in, like, a class trial that he's been murdered when he hasn't been murdered? There's a lot we could sort of mess around with that. But that is something for chapter 4. So thank you everyone so much for joining me for the class trial. It's been a wild ride, as always with these class trials, but I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again in the next episode for chapter 4. Take care everybody, love and hugs, stay safe, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye guys, bye!